Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Another fragrance for you today, and today we're going to be looking at Givenchy's Gentleman, specifically the Eau de Parfum. This one is my wife's favorite fragrance that I own. I have a lot of fragrances, and if I ever ask her, what would you like me to wear? It's typically this or Perseus by Parfum Somali, but more often than not, this is what she's going to ask me to wear if we're going out for dinner or an event or anything like that. This is the one that she likes the most. So this is the bottle. The cap, it is plastic, but it's well made. It's not cheap and tacky. The atomizer, let's get this so you can actually see it. Hold on. Here we go. So it's good. Atomizer is good. Yes, you need this in your collection. If you don't have it, you need this. So as always, I'll run you through the, sorry, go back to the atomizer. The atomizer is good. Nice amount of spray and good presentation. Nice solid bottle. Only thing I don't like is the fact that it's all black and you can't see how much juice is left in there, which I've never quite understood that. I like it when the bottles, at least you can see how much you've used. Obviously, I have no idea how much is left in this. It's any downside. So as normal, I will run you through the notes. And I put them up on screen, so just excuse me for a second once I look down, because I've got them wrote down. So at the top, black pepper, lavender and bergamot. In the mid, orris, cloves and cinnamon. And then in the base, you've got black vanilla, tolo balsam, tonka, benzoin and patchouli. So quite a complex list. Now, this is quite similar to some other fragrances out there. So if you've ever smelled a Valentino fragrance, a Valentino Uomo line, for argument's sake, is a good example. Armani Code is another good example. Dior Homme Intense is another example. So these are all iris-led fragrances. And obviously in this, they've put the note as orris. Now orris is the root, but it is iris. So you have to like iris, and iris can be quite divisive between people, especially between gentlemen. So it is a very, very powdery, and I mean powdery fragrance when you spray this, and it is iris at the forefront. So that's what you pick up predominantly. So if you're gonna put a label on this, it is a spicy, powdery iris fragrance. At its core, that's what it is. It doesn't really change. It's quite linear. It opens up with a bit of spice from the black pepper. So it is a little bit spicy, a little bit harsh, almost potentially in the first 5-10 minutes. As soon as that black pepper starts to dial back and you bring it into the mids, which comes into the mids quite quickly. It's only about 10-15 minutes and you're into the mids on this one. And then it kind of stays there. And it's quite linear from that point. And then that iris note is at the forefront of it. You do get some sweetness coming through from the tonka bean. There is tonka bean in here. Slightly resinous as well. And some more sweetness from the patchouli, but fundamentally it just kind of has this nice powdery sweetness with an iris floral, and that's kind of where it stays, and that's what it does the whole way through. So in terms of its performance is very, very good. Projection is kind of on the medium side. It's not heavy. Again, like I always tend to say, this one tends to project about an arm's length. After about 2 hours, it's dialed back into about a foot. And then it kind of stays at that kind of nice little bubble for around 6 to 8 hours. And then from that point, it's starting to become a lot closer. It's more of a skin scent. So longevity, somewhere around 8 to 10 hours. And that's with kind of 5 to 6 sprays. But it's just, I love this fragrance. It's just, but I like powdery fragrances. If you like powdery fragrances, then this is definitely one to check out. Valentino and Armani Code as well. Very much one to check out. I will review both of those. I have them all. So I'll review those as well at some point in the channel. But if powdery fragrances is your thing, if sweet fragrances is your thing, check this one out. As I said, iris can be divisive. So this isn't a safe blind buy, I wouldn't say, for a man. I can't think of many women that wouldn't like this, because from my experience, ladies like sweeter, powdery kind of fragrances, so it tends to work very well for ladies, but for men it can be divisive. So I've known people that absolutely hate this fragrance, and I know people that absolutely love this fragrance. So there's not much middle ground. You're one or the other. So it's not a blind buy. It's definitely when you want to get your nose on. For me, I love powdery fragrances, so it works really, really well for me. I like the Valentinos. I like the Armani Codes. You know, I like most styles of fragrances. So this one for me works really well. Price point is good value. Again, you could pick this up at discounters, anywhere from kind of £60 to £80. You can pick this one up from. This is a 100ml bottle. there's not much difference in price between the 50s and the 100s quite often. So good value, good longevity, loved by the ladies and my wife. So worth buying. You can wear it in any environment. You can wear it to work, but I tend to save this one more for kind of date nights or going out for a meal or something like that. This is not one I typically wear unless my wife asks me to. So I tend to save this one just for her rather than wearing it to work, because, you know, this quite a special fragrance for us. So there we have it. Givenchy Gentleman, well worth checking out. As always, any questions, any comments, please drop them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you very much, and I'll catch you on the next one.